Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about alliance tickets, and if you're wondering what the hell is alliance tickets, well then stay tuned, because starting effectively now, alliance treasuries will be no more and you will not have or be able to donate to your alliance, and alliance quests now will be opened via use of alliance tickets. So let's jump to forum and I'll try my best to go over the post and explain everything that I can about alliance tickets. So the base idea is that alliance tickets will replace all of your treasury donations, and treasury will exist no more, and this will effectively shift the responsibility from alliance or officers or leader to gather donations to each individual player to have these tickets available to be able to join alliance quest. Now perhaps first, before we get to anything else, alliance quest map 5 will now be completely free. That's right, if you're a map 5 alliance, it is good day for you, because you will never ever have to worry about alliance donations ever again, or have any cost associated with ability to enter alliance quest map 5. So that's awesome. That is definitely a pleasant change. At the same time they did for map 5, I kind of wish they just scrapped the alliance quest cost altogether. Map 6 and 7 are the only two alliance maps that do require donations, and I don't know, it just doesn't at this point seem quite right anymore that you are forced to effectively pay that much resources to be able to join and play higher difficulty maps just because you're able to. As in, like, just because you have played this game for longer and progressed further and want to kind of like play a bit more difficult content and more difficult quest maps, doesn't seem right that only the kind of like top person has to pay in, and then whoever wants to take it easier and play map 5 or is not ready to tackle map 6 gets it all free. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna kind of like get in a huge uproar, because it has always been this way or whatever. It just at this point already doesn't really seem all that well thought out, where initially you could understand why alliance maps 1 and 2 could be free, because those people are just joining in the game. There are so many map 5 alliances, and the only reason why they are doing map 5 is because they want to be a bit more casual and they don't want to push that hard and they don't want to deal with difficult content. Not that they would have, let's say, any worse accounts, any worse rosters, or even any worse skills, but whatever, it is what it is. Not happy about the fact that alliance quest cost to enter alliance quest still exists. And for instance, alliance wars do not have this problem. Not that alliance wars aren't a stinking pile of garbage at this state of the game, but still at least they are free, and alliance quests are not if you want to play it seriously. If you want to just dabble in map 4 and 5, that's fair enough, but if you want to play it more seriously and go for like top rewards, you have to pay up. So I don't know, whatever. Also, map 5 AI will be updated, which is a good thing. So all of these complaints that have been happening for months in and months out about map 5 AI being extremely passive and stagnant and kind of like ruining the experience, that is good news, because map 5 will now have exactly the same AI that map 6 and 7 has. And that's definitely a positive change. Let's get back to alliance tickets. So the way they will work, you will have to pay 15 tickets for map 6 and 30 tickets for map 7 for 1 day. So that means, for instance, a week of map 7, 5 days will cost 150 tickets. And yeah, there will be no other kind of like cost associated with them, and it's going to be up to you how you choose to acquire these tickets, because you will be able to use your gold, your loyalty, your battle chips, or your units to acquire these tickets. But again, it's going to be your responsibility to be able to get these tickets. It's not going to be an alliance thing. So if there's an alliance quest, let's say map 7 battle group open, you're going to presumably have to use these 30 tickets to enter that battle group who has opened map 7. Right, why they are changing it, they're giving 3 main purposes. Give autonomy over the resources you use over alliance quest, which is kind of cool. The ability to be able to cover more with gold, but at the same time we kind of similarly had it at the moment anyways in alliances, where you could just, somebody who grinds for instance could donate your battle chips and you were able to donate his loyalty or his gold or something like that. So what, it isn't really all that new. I think that pretty much all the members more or less had enough autonomy of which resources they were using already, so I don't think this point really kind of like nails it home. Theory there is nice, but in practicality it's nothing new. It's what people already did. For instance, I never grind, so I never donate my own battle chips, but I do have plenty of gold, so I do donate gold for 2 people. It's quite that simple. So now that I will have to do it in game myself, would be more handy because I don't have to get another person involved, but we're gonna get to it later, where every ticket I purchase with the same resource effectively gets more expensive. So right now it's less beneficial for me to acquire all the tickets with gold, because every new ticket that I'm going to buy with the same resource is going to get more expensive. So this might kind of work out a bit worse for people who were able to barter already. So I don't think the fact that this price is increasing per each new ticket, if you're using more of the same resource, is a good idea. It's definitely not a pro player kind of like setting there. I think if you set a price of each ticket, it should remain stagnant. It should not increase. There's no real good reason for it to increase. Just because Glory Store does that does not mean that it's same principles apply here, in my opinion. Reduce the cost of running Alliance Quest maps. I haven't really done the math on this, but if it does reduce the cost, that's cool. But again, I already mentioned that I kind of think that Alliance Quest pretty much should be free at this point. And that would make the game so much more enjoyable and so kind of like less grindy for many people. Put a stop to fraud and illicit activities like resource loaders, and that's fair enough. Anything that limits that kind of behavior is fair enough. I don't really mind or care. And yeah, so anything that's like an added benefit, I'd say. How do I get Alliance tickets? Basically, that here they explain that you use gold, battle chips, loyalty, or units in the unit store. What resource you want to spend is up to you, but again, the price will go up, and you need to keep that in mind. So if you have a lot of gold and you want to only use gold, you're going to be using much more of the gold than if you were to kind of like split the price in between multiple resources. The one thing to note is that for whatever reason here it's saying that the unit cost for each ticket is going to be 3 units, and that will never increase. So effectively, if you want to use units for map 7, then now it's going to be 450 units a week for map 7, or 1800 units for a month of map 7. So that is kind of like a cost if you want to bypass all of those resources, which is going to be something that I probably partially do, because I never have enough loyalty. I certainly never have enough battle chips, so I'll probably purchase like a third or a half of the tickets that I need with gold, and then I'll load the rest of them with units probably, or some mix of gold and units anyways. Right, how do I get Alliance tickets? I explained that. What happens to the Treasury? Basically, people are gonna get refunded all of the quote-unquote extra that you have donated in your treasuries within the last 5 months, and to your individual accounts. And this is actually kind of funny, and I think this is a perfect plan Kebab has devised to kind of like mess over the alliances who got their resources loaded up by other people, because you're not going to get back anything. So if you are somebody who gets your, I don't know, gold and battle chips loaded in Alliance Treasury and you load it up for the next 3 months, your actual account who plays in the alliance is going to get no tickets, but the quote-unquote loader is going to get back all of that stuff. So I think it's funny. I think it's a bit of a kind of like good karma, and I can only commend Kebab for a good design right here. All right, how much do the tickets cost? We covered this. This is going to be effectively the cost if you want to purchase 50 tickets of each resource, kind of like if you want to get 50 tickets with gold, 50 tickets with loyalty, and 50 tickets with battle chips. But here again it's said that the cost is going to go up quite substantially. So if you can see that 366k gold for 50 tickets, But if you get 150 tickets, it's going to be 1.3 million gold, right? So it is quite a substantial increase there in price, which is quite a lot of gold. 1.3 million gold for 1 week of map 7, it's quite a lot. But hey. And right, the most important thing, probably the timeline. So starting today, you cannot donate to your Alliance Treasury anymore. Starting next set of Alliance Quest and next 2 weeks of Alliance Quest are going to be absolutely free. So that's like a good kind of like neat kabam throwing us a bone. So again, there's nothing kind of like too bad about it. Now June the 3rd, summoners will receive an Alliance ticket refund, which is basically going to be excess that your account has donated in Treasury, if there is any, based on last 5 months. And June the 10th, Alliance tickets are usable for Alliance Quest map 6 and 7. Map 5 is permanently free. Note, and here is the biggest problem, and they did add like a small footnote, but this is something that we're going to have to discuss more, and what is going to cause a lot of people to be really upset with this. We understand that this change may have some effect on alliances and run multiple maps in different battle groups. We are going to keep a very close eye on this, and we'll keep talking about it with you as your alliances experience a new system, to see what kind of solution that we can work out on in the future. The base problem here is, if your alliance, for instance, plays 2 battle groups of map 5 and 1 battle group of map 6, or 2 battle groups of map 6 and 1 battle group of map 7, then since now each individual account is responsible for putting up these tickets in order to enter the Alliance Quest, but the rewards are shared for each alliance. Effectively, for instance, people playing map 5 don't have to pay anything, and then Alliance Quest is free. But if you have a battle group that does map 6, then those 10 people will have to cover all of the cost for it. And all of you get the benefits. So people who play map 5 are in, let's say quote unquote weaker or lazier battle groups, don't have to deal with more difficult content. They don't have to kind of like push as hard, use as many items in Alliance Quest, and they don't have to pay for it, but they still get the map 6 crystals at the end of the day and enjoy the benefits, because there are people who push. So that is definitely going to discourage people from kind of like altering the battle groups, and it's probably going to result in the manner where basically every single battle group is going to play the same map, because it really isn't fair on the accounts of the people who want to be more active, who are kind of like pushing the alliance score forward, and that's going to be a big problem. So effectively, I do think that this change, in fact, is going to cause a lot of kind of like negative emotions and negative feelings in alliances that do run several different maps in Alliance Quest. Because if you think about it, yeah, there are going to be some freeloaders, quote unquote, and there are going to be some people who are taken advantage of, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Because not only they will end up tackling harder content and helping out entire alliance to get better rewards, they will also have to cover all of the cost for it themselves, which kind of like seems the opposite scenario where it should be. But yeah, so I think this will realistically for now lead to a situation where people just will play the same Alliance Quest maps. And if there was an alliance that liked to have a map 6, for instance, for one battle group, they're probably just going to tone it down, and that's about it, because there is no good solution, and that is the biggest flaw in this plan. And it's also the reason why I don't think this should have went through. Or if they wanted to make the alliance ticket system, they could have kept that there is an alliance ticket box where people pay in, kind of like Treasury, but shipped on these tickets. I don't know. There is no perfect solution here, but this definitely isn't it, and that is the biggest problem here. If Kabam gave people an option to run different battle groups, then they should have thought about it. And obviously, I am not game developer. I do not have a perfect solution for this yet, especially because this information is fresh and new. But yeah, this blows for any alliance who doesn't run all of the same battle groups, and at least up until map 5 level, kind of like. It doesn't matter, obviously, if your battle group, if your alliance plays map 3, 3, and 5. None of it costs anything, and it's fair enough. But if there is 1 or 2 battle groups that play map 6 or 7, whilst the rest of them don't, it's horrible. And I generally feel that this whole thing and this whole announcement has been absolutely rushed and is kind of like not properly prepared and ready because of it. Because if somebody actually works out the project, and this is a big change to Alliance Quest, they should have worked in a solution for those people. The fact that they haven't clearly means that they either can't or they didn't have time to. So that makes me think that this is kind of like a quick change, quick announcement, nothing that's well over thought out. We're gonna live and see. At the very worst, for now, we get 2 free weeks of Alliance Quest. Alliance Quest map is gonna be free for everybody, which is cool. And overall, apparently this reduces the general cost of Alliance Quest in general, which is also kind of like better, not ideal, but still better. So it's a decent change, except for this major kind of like problem here. So we'll see what happens with that. Let me know if you have any good possible solutions to the alliances that do play varied battle groups. Do leave a comment below. Also leave a comment below saying how you feel about this change. Do you think it's a good change? Do you think it's a bad change? Overall, I think I like it. I don't think it's like anything amazing or anything that I should hate. It's different, it's a change. I can see kind of why they did it. I'm willing to give it a go, and a couple free weeks of Alliance Quest, why not, I guess. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. See, and that will pretty much do for today's video. So if you did make it so far, so here's Baby Yoda for you. And if you don't like Baby Yoda, well, then you are a sadistic a-hole, and you can show yourselves out. However, that is me done for today, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya.